What's up, YouTube? I'm an average dad. Not like this guy or that guy, just an average dad.
That wasn't much of an introduction.
This video is actually being shot on a GoPro Hero 5, which came out in 2016. The same year Adele came out with her hit single, Hello. But welcome to my first video. Today I'm going to be doing a headlight assembly swap on our 2011 Rav4, which is a average vehicle. It's a little over 10 years old now, and the top portion of the headlights are getting pretty hazy. Makes the car look a lot more dated. I know you can get kits like this where you can sand down and polish the headlights, and they're supposed to look a lot newer. I haven't had much luck with those. Usually, they look a little bit better for a couple weeks, maybe a month or two, but definitely not like brand new. Today, I'm just gonna swap out the whole headlight assembly, go through that process, how much time and money I spent, then we'll see whether or not it was worth it. So let's get to it. So here is our aggressively average 2011 RAV4, and this process should be similar for most non-luxury imports. Here are the original headlights, not too terrible, but looking pretty hazy on the top half. The first step is going to be popping the hood and removing this top trim piece above the bumper. The front bumper is attached on the top, bottom, and sides. I'm going to hit these top screws with some WD-40 to help them loosen up. Here's where the bumper was attached on both sides to the wheel well. Nice. And then last but not least was all the screws on the bottom side of the bumper. And when everything's done, you just rip it off. Except for I missed one bolt. Make that 2 bolts and the fog light cables. So if you're doing this with fog lights, make sure to disconnect those as well. All right, now we really have all the hardware out and fog lights disconnected. A nifty garage hack if you're trying to get a hard to reach bolt out is to use a piece of electrical tape over the socket. And voila. So these headlight assemblies have 4 bolts total, 3 that are accessed from the top, and then 1 from the side. And now for the part of the project that ended up being most time consuming, removing the driver's side headlight assembly and replacing it with a new one. For some reason, the driver's side was a lot tighter than the passenger side ended up being. If you know why that was, let me know in the comments below. But it was a very tight fit and took a lot of shimmying back and forth and patience to get it out. I kind of had to push the part near the blinker into the car, and then the part on the left side near the radiator I could kind of pull out as I did that. Finally though, it did come loose, and after unplugging the 3 bulbs, was able to remove it. In a side-by-side of the old versus the new, you can really appreciate how much more clear the new one was. I did scratch the original some when I was removing it, so I noted those locations and then covered them with electrical tape as I installed the new one. After an above average amount of time and a considerable amount of shimmying back and forth, I was able to get the driver's side assembly installed. Then, with a little bit of experience and a much better camera angle, the passenger side went much more smoothly. After both were fully in, I could remove the electrical tape that was protecting it from scratches and the plastic wrap. Once the passenger headlight assembly was tightened back down, it was just time to do the reverse order and put the bumper and trim pieces back on. Alright, while I'm putting everything back together, let's talk about, was this project worth it? So for the headlights, I spent around $200 from when I opened the hood to when I closed it again. It was about 3 hours of labor. And I think the value add is probably $300 to $400, or how much additional we could sell our car for with these new headlights. If you think that's way too much, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But when you buy a car, it's a somewhat of an emotional purchase. Otherwise, everyone would be driving minivans because they're just so gosh darn practical. You know, hazy headlights are a dead giveaway of an older car. These new ones make the car look a lot newer and better, and hopefully when we go to sell the car, we can double our money. So if you're looking for a project that's great bang for your buck, improving the appearance of your car and not too advanced, I would highly recommend trying to do this yourself. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing, and come back next time as we build a custom hidden litter box. See ya!